All right, guys, new video here from Too Lazy to Try. We've been covering this a little bit ourselves, talking about this Andrew Santino, Andrew Schultz beef situation. This is titled, Andrew Santino is in total damage control. Let's hear what he's got to say.
But dude, you're right, dude. Yeah, the infighting amongst comedians, I didn't understand. People sent me, there was a clip from Mark Maron where he like said something about me in his comedy special.
Yeah.
And it was like Theo would interview Hitler.
Right.
And I'm like, well, it's kind of crazy that you say that.
Well, he's dead, first of all. You can't.
Well, also, the Nelk Boys just interviewed him. So what are we even talking about?
All right, so Theo Von just had Andrew Santino on his podcast, and they addressed a lot of the drama and controversy that's happening in the comedy scene. And Andrew Santino is now calling for comedians to stop making fun of each other. You know, I think since he's been getting backlash for doing the Riyadh Comedy Festival, and Schultz put him on blast recently and is trying to cause shit between him and Rogan, Santino's now trying to de-escalate things and get everybody to chill out. Because during this podcast, he's like, I hate seeing comedians taking shots at each other. I just don't get why they do it. But he was one of those comedians making jokes about and criticizing the Rogan sphere and had Mark Maron on and let him go off, which I think he probably knew would upset Rogan and possibly Theo too, because that joke from Maron's special about Theo was getting a lot of attention.
I don't really think I'm on his radar. So
something tells me you are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, something tells me you are.
So Santino's really good.
Well, once again, it's this nonsense of these guys, these comedians that can't handle the jokes, man. These are supposed to be your peers. You're in the same field. You guys all did the road. But we can't criticize that. We can't make fun of that. At this point, I feel like comedians should just start wearing clown makeup. That way we can certainly decipher which ones are trying to be funny and which ones are trying to prophesize, right? We need to figure this out. We need a divide. If Tony Hinchcliffe is really a comedian, why isn't he wearing, clown makeup? It would definitely help.
Really good at playing both sides, but I think now the Schultz drama and the Riyadh Comedy Festival backlash scared him straight, because it sounds like he's probably done saying anything bad about the Rogan sphere anymore, and he's calling for a comedy ceasefire. He thinks the attacks have gone too far, which is funny because when comedians were going after the Rogan sphere, he'd egg it on and participate in it. But now that those same comedians are calling out people that went to Riyadh, he thinks they need to chill.
Yeah, exactly. It's hey, only pick on the ones that make sense. Only pick on these guys when I'm the one that's also picking on. It's fucking gross, dude. It's so gross. And then to think that they come to each other's aid for certain things. Like, what is this, man? Are you guys friends or are you not friends? Because it feels very unfriendly.
Also, I think he's probably nervous about Schultz calling him out too, because that got pretty serious. Schultz was trying to start shit between him and Rogan and him and Bobby Lee. So now he's trying to backtrack a little bit and act like he would never take shots at other comedians. I mean, he's like, I just don't understand it. I don't know why they do it. It's an odd move to attack other comedians. But not too long ago, he was kind of doing that. I mean, you'd say he's just busting balls and it's not that serious. But you'd say that about the other comedians as well. Also, he knew joking about the Rogan's.
But they are the people that are supposed to be able to take jokes. They are the ones that people call professional. And we're supposed to sit here and be sympathetic because they can't handle a bit of roasting? I mean, Whitney Cummings just sat there for 10 minutes complaining about how somebody got bullied offline. I mean, if she was in clown makeup, for sure, I would have laughed at some of the stuff. But because she's just sitting there like a regular person, hard to tell what's a joke and hard to say what's real. Are you being honest or you're not?
Rogan sphere like this would obviously touch a nerve, because all the political stuff and interviewing Trump backfired, so they're really sensitive about it now. Like, Schultz definitely doesn't think Santino's just busting balls here. He thinks he's a two-faced backstabber.
Well, Andrew Schultz called these other comedians pussies. He straight up called them pussies because apparently he's a boxer or something, or he got into it with Kendrick Lamar, so now he's all tough, or he hangs out with Charlemagne the God, so now he's all tough. I don't know what it is. He's a 40-year-old man who thinks he's a badass still for some reason. 125 pounds. Relax, guy. You're a comedian.
So it's just funny now. Santino's like, man, why are comedians going after each other? I just don't get it.
And what I don't like is in the community, stabbing and going after other people in the community, because I just think it's an odd move.
Tim? Yeah, but what are you, all cowards? Are all of you cowards? I mean, how many of you guys think that Joe Rogan can make or break your career still? You think Joe Rogan can take away your ability to make money? No. What's the fear, fellas?
Tim got fucking interviewed by like CNN.
Yeah.
I was like, what in the fuck is going on?
Yeah, we stay here.
And I saw that they had Bernie on Schultz's show.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
He's not coming here.
Bernie?
I just think it's an odd move. I don't understand it. Go off if that's how you want to live your life. Enjoy the drama. And the fact that the community was attacking each other was very strange to me.
That's how you hear all these things. Like fucking Trump is like,
oh yeah,
my son loves Theo.
Yeah, that Twitter was like, give it up for Barron, the unsung hero, getting his dad booked on Trump and Rogan.
We are living in the most dystopian version of comedy internet.
It's
the fucking weirdest thing in the world.
I do think there's no necessary need to go after other people. I don't get.
Well, it is pretty gross. It is really gross at this point. You know, there was days, you know, not many years ago where it was sort of content just to read your comments, to engage with the comments. They did this on a lot of massive channels. They had comedians of all kinds. They had celebrities and musicians of all kinds come on there and read their tweets, right? Or not tweets, read their comments. You know the mean tweets. That's a common thing, but yeah, you can find it right now. Right there on YouTube. You can find where these comedians and other people would read their mean, not even just mean, but comments on YouTube. That was content for some channels. And now they're so afraid of it, to the point that they can't even handle criticism from people they know. And it's so bad that when they do criticize somebody and they might say something legit, it gets spun as if now they have to be enemies. If this is a community and we're all supporting each other, why are we picking and choosing when we support each other? Why isn't it as consistent as it should be? How come Ari Shaffir can go and shit on Kobe Bryant and not be on Joe Rogan for years? Right? Shane Gillis did his thing with the SNL and it took years before he was on JRE. If it's a community and that's a guy that's supposed to be uplifting these great people, why is there so much time in between him doing so? Is that a community?
I don't get it. But a lot of times it's not my war to fight or our wars to fight.
So after Santino was complaining about comedians going after each other, Theo's like, yeah, I mean, Mark Maron made a joke about me in a special. And, you know, Rogan claims this is what caused Theo to spiral, because then he bombed his Netflix taping a few months later, which he also talked about during this podcast, but he didn't blame it on Maron at all. He said the main problems were he just got off antidepressants. And then also he's involved in some controversy because the DHS put out this video where they're promoting ICE and they used a clip of Theo in it. So he got a ton of shit from people. And then he told DHS to take it down because he didn't agree to it. And then because he did that, he got even more shit from people that are pro-ICE. So both sides were attacking him. And I guess he got so stressed out and paranoid about it, he couldn't focus on his special. And now he'll probably have to reshoot the whole thing.
Yeah, I think this is a perfect sign that some people aren't meant to be famous. They're not meant to be relevant. And you get put in these positions like Theo where people adore him and it's not going to go away. It's not going to get easier for him. He only continues to get bigger. So growing accustomed to that is very hard. Very hard. Whereas there's so many people out there that wish they had what Theo has. He doesn't want it. And the sad thing about Theo's fame is with that fame, he's not getting, he doesn't have a family. He doesn't have a spouse. He doesn't have anybody to share this with. He's alone. He goes and does these shows wherever with his openers and what have you, and then goes back to a hotel room alone. They all do. Never forget that. Okay? And no matter how many of these people want to tell you that you're a dork for leaving some sort of comment, well, you said something that was deep enough, smart enough, that it registered with them enough that they responded. Right? So don't get down on yourself. Sometimes you gotta just say the thing you wanted to say, man. There's people that'll stand with you for sure. But that's it, guys. You want to see more of this, go to the Too Lazy to Try YouTube channel. It is Andrew Santino is in Total Damage Control. Check it out. Subscribe to his channel as if he needs it, you know. But until next time.